I'm going to get started with this social media audit. So thank you to those of you who are on live. Originally, I said I would do this in the group, and then the more I thought about it, I was like, you know what? It makes more sense that I would be able to do a screen share and show you guys these things, because I want you to actually, you can pull up the other accounts on your phone and look at them, or you can just kind of watch my screen, but I want you to see visually kind of the things that I'm sharing with you. So I am going to go ahead right now and get started. The first one that I'm going to do is Melissa Wager's, because that was the one I was working through. And I'm so sorry. I wish that I had done all of these audits ahead of time so that I could give you an even better, conversation and feedback rather than doing it on the spot. But I was just working through a couple of them. So I have Melissa's done and I have Brittney's done. So I will talk through those more quickly, and the rest of you I will do on the spot. And so that means that it may take me a second to read down through posts and just kind of think about things. So bear with me. So Melissa's account is, you can see it on my screen right here. I did do a screen share, right? Let me make sure. Actually, I didn't. Hold on. That's super important, right? Okay, 1 second. All right, here we are. Now you can see it, right? Good. Okay, so this is Melissa's account. If you want to pull it up and look at it, you can. She is public, which is something that I definitely recommend that all of you are, especially if this is what you're going to be doing for a business. You need to be open to the public. So her bio it's good. I would not change her bio. That's what she has in here it's fine. This is called a link tree, and basically this takes you to an opportunity to do things. So she only has a couple in here. One for joining her challenge group, one for shopping her website, and then one for connecting on Facebook. One thing that I would probably start to add is information about Morning Meltdown. So maybe if she's going to do like a Google Doc with info about it, or if she has a blog or whatnot. But whenever I do a new program launch, I always put a special spot up in my Linktree for that program. So for those of you who have Linktree, I would say gear up to add something for Morning Meltdown shortly. Okay, so let's look at her feed. So when you look at her pictures, one thing that she is not yet doing, and she actually just messaged me tonight that she just got a preset, so it's going to change soon. But one of the things that I would suggest to her is to have a preset. And a preset is basically a filter that allows you to have all of your pictures look uniform. So you can get your preset through Etsy. You can get it on various websites. A lot of people sell them now. Some of the top coaches actually sell them. Like I know that Ashley Molstead and Ashley Smith, who are both top 10 coaches, they actually sell presets. So you can buy them and your account will look rather similar to theirs. As far as cost for a preset goes, you can expect to pay anywhere from $5 to, I've seen some for $60. So if you're going to pay $60, you better love that preset. But anyways, I would suggest to her to apply a preset so that all these photos have the same uniform lighting. What? Ask Daddy to get your shower, okay? All right, thank you. I'll be out of here at 9:30, okay? Shut the door. Thank you. Sorry. So anyways, that would be what I would suggest to her. So if you're looking at your own account and you're like, oh, I don't have a preset, that would be something I would suggest to do. So when I was going down through her posts, one thing that I thought was really good, if you click on her blueberry recipe, so she's sharing a recipe, which I know myself personally, anytime I share a recipe, the engagement typically is it's really good. People love recipes. They love food that's attractive looking. Typically, when you're posting a picture of your food, it's always going to need edited as far as your lighting goes. There's a really awesome app called Foodie, and that will make all your food pictures look incredible. But again, what I liked about this is she told a story. So she told a story about growing up and the foods that she ate when she was younger. And now she's talking about, how she's trying to have her own kids have a healthier lifestyle or healthier choices. And she just basically does that. So she's sharing a story before she just says like, hey, do you want to have this recipe? And so I thought that was really great. I like that she did that. And she did get a decent amount of engagement. Some people were asking for the recipe. One thing that I noticed that she didn't do here and some of you have done this on your accounts too, is she did not respond. So if you look at this, she may have messaged them, but you need to respond publicly. So you need to like it, reply to it, and don't just say like, sure, like actually say something like, I'd absolutely love to. I'll be sending it your way later. Check your DM box, or, oh my gosh, you're going to love this one. Just say something different, but try to respond to every single one, because engagement is key here. They took the time to leave you a comment. You need to take the time to write back to them. And again, this was just like relatively recently, but I make sure that every 24 hours I try to go back and respond to all comments. So this picture here is so Melissa said she was really excited about this audit because she felt like she was struggling. And I think I figured out something that she can change for herself to see more engagement, because that was something she said she was struggling with. So I was sort of like picking my brain, like, okay, what is it? What's missing? And what's missing from some of Melissa's posts is that she needs the engagement piece. So let's look through this one. So it's a good picture. It's her and her son. They're doing yoga. So let's read it. It says, yoga and baseball. When I heard last year how many high school baseball players wake up early for yoga class, I thought it could be an awesome opportunity for Brady to join me at no cost. It's so convenient for the boys to jump in and work out right beside me, especially when they say they're bored this summer. That's it. She didn't ask a question. She didn't say, are you a baseball mom? Are your boys who are athletes doing things like yoga or, strength training behind the scenes, or what type of off-season training are your kids doing? But this could have actually gotten her a lot of engagement, because she's marketing herself as a sports mom. If you watch her stories, she's always at golf outings, she's at baseball games. So those are her people, and you're going to see that a lot in her stories. So an engagement piece would have been really awesome there. So I think as I'm and I've only scrolled through some, but as I'm scrolling through some of yours, I'm seeing that that's missing, the engagement piece of asking a question, doing a call to action. Let's go to the pizza one. So there's a picture of her eating pizza. And in this picture, she's basically talking about, let's just look at it together. Okay, so she talks about how she loves pizza. It's one of her favorite foods, second to tacos. She talks about how she has pizza with no guilt. And she talks about, she's an English teacher, so I think she does a great job of incorporating her love for literature. So in here, she put a quote, and then she talks about how when pizza calls her names, she just answers. And when it's cauliflower crust, it's even better. This would have been like a great engagement post. Like, who's interested in doing the nutrition plan that allows you to eat pizza? Or would you do a nutrition program that had pizza in your meal plan or whatnot? But that's what's missing. Melissa's missing the engagement piece. So I don't think I went any further, because I think that that for you is what I'm going to say to really work on. And then last but not least, Melissa, one thing that I would suggest is I need to see more of, why are you a coach? Who were you before, like then versus now? And, all of these posts have really been essentially recruiting for the challenge group, which if I scroll down more, maybe there were more coaching opportunity posts. But what you really want to do is you want to make sure you can pinpoint each picture. Like you could say, that was a coaching post, that was a challenger, coaching, challenger. Like it should be clear as day that basically that's what you can invite to, because what she's going to do is every day when you go to do your invites, you're going to look at yesterday's post, and that's where you're finding your invites from. So if this were her post from yesterday, today she would go in and she would obviously be messaging all these people who commented, asking if they were interested in doing a nutrition program that, incorporated recipes like this. And she's going to look to see who liked it. And those are going to be her invites. So so there she would be basically inviting to a challenge group. Whereas if this post were a coaching opportunity post, say this one was about coaching, tomorrow, she's going to go ahead and invite to that, to the coaching opportunity. So right here, let's see. She's talking about how she's letting him have ice cream before dinner. Let's see. And how she's embracing the unexpected. let's see, check that off the list. Again, so no engagement here. She's just talking to you. She's not asking you to talk to her. So I would just change those things, Melissa, and I think you're going to see a lot more engagement amongst your followers. And I think you're so close. So pictures look good, and I think that preset will definitely help to make it unified. So I'm going to go on now to Brittney's. Let's see. And again, I apologize because these two I kind of did right before. So I have it all kind of written down ahead of time, but the rest of you I'm going to be doing on the spot. So I won't be quite as quick to just know what to say about each image. So let's talk about this. So hers, again, bio is all set up. She's got a link tree. Her link tree. And if you guys haven't created this, it's really easy. Just go to Linktree, sign up with your Instagram account. It's free. It's so easy to use. So make sure that you're using that. She has a lot of different links here that you can be a part of her team, her wellness community, her boot camps, and then what she does on the side. Excuse me. So anyways, I like that she has that. And I also really love her highlight images. They're cute. They're quirky. They don't look like everybody else's. So those are adorable. I love them. Now let's look at her feed. So looking at her feed, her images are awesome. They're very good. What's cool about it is she does a really great job of making a variety of images and content. So it's not just every square is her doing a selfie working out, because that's what some of us do by default, because that's what we think we're supposed to do because we're Beachbody coaches. But one of the things that Instagram is all about now is it's about imagery. It's about having really great, I hate to say staged photos, but let's be honest, a lot of the Instagram pictures are very staged, but her images are very, very nice. She puts a border around them. So if you look at her feed, it's very clean, and it's because of her weight border that she's putting around her images. So what I want to talk about, so let's see here. I want to talk about your hashtags. So on her posts, so she's doing hashtags, and if you look at that, she's actually putting them in the content, and you'll see it's different everywhere. Everybody says different stuff, but what I'm getting from top Beachbody leaders and just other social media trainings is they recommend that the hashtags go in your first comment. So that would be something I would suggest. I also would really suggest, I've only looked at some of your hashtags, but I would really suggest that you check to see how many are falling in that hashtag. So hump day vibes, is it the weekend yet? What was I doing? Look and see how many are coming up under that hashtag. So is it 500? Is it 1,000? Is it 1,000,000? I really find that the best for me, like I shoot to be in ones that have 10,000 to 30,000. Higher than that, sometimes your content gets lost or it doesn't get searched for. If something only has, if it's a hashtag and I see that only has 500 or 1,000 people use that hashtag, I don't use it, because it typically means that people aren't looking that up. And I also want you to question, like, okay, Brittney, if you were to get on Instagram tonight and you're just on here for fun, are you going to go to the hashtag 20-month-old? And you might, right? Like sometimes I do because my little one's that age. Or hashtag what day is it? Are you going to look that up? So if the answer is no, then you may not want to use it. So that would just be something that I would suggest to, again, this isn't just to Brittney, this is to all of you. Ask yourself those kind of questions. So let's see here. One thing, Brittney, you definitely want to, and you do it in some of them, but you don't do it in all of them. Like right here, you did it, but make sure that you are responding to all of your comments. If you're not, maybe you did do it. Hold on, maybe I wasn't able to see them. It just looked like you hadn't. Hold on one sec. Becca's little one's crying. That's okay. But anyways, just make sure that if somebody does comment, you definitely want to be commenting back, because these are your people. Like they're talking to you, they're engaging. So make sure that you are talking to them. Let's see right here. She did. Okay, you did. Maybe I was just missing them, but moral of the story is make sure you guys engage with all of your content. Let's see. Okay, so what else do I have? Okay, so I'm going to go up to this workout one. So the post where you did your workout with your daughter. Hold on, there's a comment. Let's see. Yes, Beck, your sound's off now. You're good. I muted you. Okay, so I'm gonna go up here. So she just posted a really cute picture of her and her daughter, and she talked about how she wished she had her daughter's energy. She was dragging this morning. And how she knows the not so secret sauce, and it's doing a quick workout. She talks about how it gives her energy and how she kicked off her next challenge group, and that there's room for them. But what I think you need to do a little bit more of is digging below the surface. So sure, Mondays are hard. Sure, we're tired. Sure, our toddler has a lot of energy. But why are you doing this? Why are you exercising? Why are you making the time for something that is super hard on a Monday? When you're doing this, when your daughter's around you, like you could totally take her to the gym and put her in daycare at the gym and have your own time. But like, what is it about this that's making you choose to do it? Because it's awesome and it's inspiring. And that's the story that people need to hear, not just like, oh, hey, like I did my workout. Like it has to be deeper than that. Okay, and let's see here. What else did I want to say? There was another, let's see. I think this one, was this a workout one? I'm looking. Okay, so this one she's talking about how workouts are only 30 minutes a day. She's been guilty of, feeling like just because I'm off track, I should stop. And then basically just fall off the wagon. She's sort of sharing that. I love your tank top, by the way. It's so cute. But what she has to do is you've got to tell more story here. So she talks about how if I can do this, trust me, you can do it too. We can do it together. But like, I want to know what your heart is. I want to know like really what has stopped you, what has gotten in your way, what's getting in your way today. Like beyond just like, oh, hey, we're all busy. I need to know more. And I think that that's going to help you with your engagement. And same thing, I think like asking questions and just like having like a more of I don't want to say a direct call to action, but like more of like, is this you? Or have you been in this situation? Like just so that you can have conversation, because you want them to be commenting so that you can comment back. Let's see here. Okay, I loved your little coach collage picture that you did. That's awesome. And I love to see that you're talking about the business opportunity. Good stuff. Okay. Oh, this one is just like silly, but whenever I find that like if I'm sharing, like this one, she was sharing about her peanut butter and celery, how it's a really good snack. I'll go up so you guys can see it. So she talked about how her and her daughter love peanut butter. We eat it by the spoonful by adding celery or apples. And she says, what's your go-to afternoon snack? So she's trying to do engagement here, and nobody really bothered to engage. So one of the things that you may want to do is add some facts, like add some interesting facts about celery or interesting facts about peanut butter, or why you want to get all natural peanut butter versus like a regular peanut butter that has sugar, or something that you've learned about nutrition because of your journey as a coach. Okay. All right. So I hope that's helpful a little bit, but images, awesome. Super on point. I'm going to go ahead now, and I have to go back to Facebook now because I was just, like I said, I was just pulling those up. Okay. So I did Melissa's, I did Brittney's. Jennifer, I'm going to do yours now. So her Instagram account is call it chaos. Okay, and again, this is me doing this on the spot now, so it's going to take me a little bit more. So one thing that I'm going to say right away is she has a really nice profile picture. It's very clear. It's her. It's not hard to see. Sometimes we have photos that are farther away or that are not of our face, or they're of us and our family. And for an Instagram image picture, that's not going to cut it. It needs to be you. So awesome job on that. She talks about how she is a nurse, a mom to 3, living her best life, Florida living. So Jen, one thing I would say to you is somehow incorporate in your bio how, basically how you're mentoring others for health and fitness or wellness, and how you're a business mentor too. So I would somehow bring that in, because right here, if I look at your bio, I don't realize that I can join you. if that makes sense. So you have your link tree, which is great. I noticed one thing, as Melissa's coaches are all really good at this. They all have stepped up their game. And I think it's because Melissa is awesome at Instagram, but they all have this. Typically, a lot of them do. So she's got her link tree right here. So good stuff. I'm going to check the chat. I see something you had it before and then you took it out. Okay. Yep. That's fine. And sometimes you just have to get really creative in the way that you say it so that it doesn't, like I wouldn't write Beachbody Coach. All right, let's go down through here. Okay. You're using a preset, right? I feel like you are because your images look good. Okay. Yeah, it looks good. I like that. Okay, so same thing. As I look at these pictures, I'm not seeing the same selfie, 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 and I love that. So you will see a variety of images in here. One thing that, if you're new to doing Instagram content, one thing that I would suggest is like when you do a picture straight on, the next picture could be like a subject. So like this is irrelevant, but like see this picture, how it's her, I might have put the food there and then the next picture of her there or whatnot. Like sometimes I try that, and I don't always do this myself, but like if it's like today was a picture of me and it was legit, like it was like a selfie. So tomorrow the picture you see will not probably be a selfie of me. It may not even have my face necessarily. It'll probably be a subject or my kids or just like a different body shot of me. So sometimes that's good, but she is doing a good job, like I said, of having a variety of content and then staging where your eye goes to. So for example, this picture is straight on, whereas this one, she's in the left corner. So if you're not doing that already, you want to work on like, where are you in the picture? Are you to the left, to the right? Are you always doing the same smile? Are you looking down? Are you looking away? Those are all just like silly things, but things I've learned along the way. So her food images are awesome. She's putting them, same with your cups. So she's putting them in things that are Instagrammable, if that makes sense. So look at your dishware. For those of you who are starting to take pictures of your dishes, honestly, like mason jars are awesome. White plates are awesome because it makes your food pop. And I know that sounds so silly, but when I started to be a coach, literally, I've had the same plate for like 4 years now. I got a white plate at Target and, I've got a couple of white dishes that I used whenever I want to, share an image of food. So it's not a requirement, but food pops better on white. Okay, so she's sharing her, I think maybe it's not. Is this your transformation? What is this? Okay, and again, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to kind of read these on the spot. Yes. Oh, damn girl. Okay. So there's something that I like to call I'll have what she's having. And that is a type of confidence that is unshakable. And that's what I actually want all of you to embody. So when your followers follow you, I want them to follow you and think to themselves, I need what she has. I need the confidence. I need the nutrition. I need the motivation. Like I want what she has and I'm going to chase after it. And so that type of confidence right here, where she told a story. So if you look at it, she told a story about how she used to never wear shorts. Her legs were covered in stretch marks. She talked about pain points. And that's where it's at. When you can hit on pain points, but then share where you are now. Look at her. She's like, I don't give an F. Okay. Like she doesn't. Okay. She feels awesome. She looks awesome. That's because of Beachbody. So my only suggestion right here would be call to action, right? Who else wants to learn how to have this kind of confidence? You in, girl? Are you the one, or are you wearing jeans this summer? Like what do you want? So I would just make sure that you're having some call to actions there. So I ask yourself the same question, like, are those hashtags that you search? If they are, awesome. If they're not, then maybe include something that you feel like would get searched for, or, that applies to this. So let's see. How many likes are you getting? 25. Okay. What would you use? Confident. Okay. Same thing. I'm going to tell you, and maybe Melissa's teaching you guys not to do this, but I'm going to tell you to put it in the comments section for your hashtags. Okay, so let's see here. Yes. Okay. Same thing. She's got this. Like her confidence right now, even like she's got that rockin' like purpose driven warrior. I'm owning my life. Like that's the vibe I'm getting from you. Let's see. Okay. So here's what I would do. Jen, I would do at the bottom of this for engagement, I would say like tag cause she's talking about like empowering, like women empowerment movements, basically. I would do a call to action, like tag someone, whatever, who you want to know, like who you admire or who you think is like an empowering woman or whatnot. Like your goal is engagement. So I would just try really hard to get something. Cause like it's a great post, but nobody commented. So I would try to do that. Okay, good. Yep. All right, let me leave that. So this one I saw on Brittney, so I'm not going to pull that one up because I already looked at it. So this is a food one. All right, this one is okay, but it needs more. So you need like a story, like what did meal prep used to look like to you? Did you hate meal prep? So she's giving a tip because she's talking about Mrs. Dash, which is great. But I would just say like more or a call to action or engagement or something. Because right now, like I don't want to say this is a so what post, but like sometimes that's what they call it, is like a so what post because it didn't provoke something, like you didn't get like that engagement. So you want to just try to have something that's going to, cause a little bit of engagement, but the food looks great. Let's see here. Same thing. So she commented 4 days ago. So you want to make sure that when someone comments, they get some love back from you. This is great, but if I didn't know that you drank Shakeology, I wouldn't know, like, what is this about? So I would be like, I love my superfoods so much that I felt like it was important that I wanted to share some of the really powerful ingredients in it with you this week. And here's what you're going to see today, and talk about what it is. And then you could ask a question, does your shake include this ingredient? Have you ever tried this ingredient? Have you ever heard of this ingredient? So I would just, again, engagement. Oh my gosh. So CBD oil will get you like so many conversations. Okay, let's see here. Good. She asked a question. Do you use it? If so, what do you use it for? So if you look, she got a bunch of interaction, right? Because you asked a question. So make sure that you guys are just engaging and asking questions. Jen, I would tell more of a story here. So she looks great. She's clearly had a transformation because of Beachbody, and she talks about she's handling a price objection right now. But I need you to get in your face about maybe what was your roadblock with the price objection in the past. Maybe what was it that caused you to not want to spend the money, but what caused you to want to do this? And why is your life better? Like why, like look at that confidence, look at those muscles, look at your lifestyle. Why was it worth the $160 that you paid or whatnot? Okay, she did a great thing down here. She made a very clear call to action. She said, comment with your favorite emoji if you want me to DM you more info. Okay, so they know exactly how to get her attention. She told them what to do. So telling them what to do is key. Okay. All of you guys did this. At least Brittney did too. So I'm thinking it's a part of your team. They were talking about pyramid schemes and how Beachbody is not one. And I think you did a great job of like saying what it isn't, like it's not a pyramid scheme, whatever. But like, I will just tell you, I don't ever draw attention to that. Like, because you're basically like, you're setting yourself up for negativity because you're talking about something that's negative. So like, I would never, ever, ever, like if somebody says, I'm kind of a brat about it. Like if somebody says, isn't that a pyramid scheme? I'm like, oh my gosh, are you serious? Like, do you actually know what you're saying? Absolutely not. But I don't bring it up, if that makes sense. So I would just say, like, when you're talking about the coaching opportunity, I wouldn't talk about that piece. But if you wanted to, if you were getting, I guess I should say, if you're getting a ton of questions on that, that might be a better like Instagram live to do, and that, or just like a YouTube video on it, and you could have it to send. But I don't know. I just try really hard to never have anything that's maybe a negative thing that would prevent someone from wanting to join. Because if I were following you and I saw that and I was like, wait, she's a part of what? Like, people think it's a what? Then all of a sudden I'd be like, wait, what is it? And I'd be like nervous. So I wouldn't say that. But anyways, let me see here. What I'm going to do now is, your little girl is so cute and she's so big already. Oh my gosh. I feel like she was a lot smaller when you started. Oh. Are you not doing, so she was doing quotes. So have you stopped doing that? So if you look, she's got, back down here, she was doing a theme where she was putting a quote in probably every, was it fourth, fifth picture. That can be really challenging. Sometimes it's a lot of work. Let me see. Did you stop? Yep. Was it because it was too much work, or you just weren't getting engagement with it? Yeah. Trying to put the quote in the post and just using my face or another photo. Good. Okay. I don't blame you. If you guys are posting quotes like what she's doing right here, so if you go and look through here, if you're doing that, just try to be consistent. So what I mean by that is, you need to take the quote and you need to rewrite it yourself and put it in your own font and your own colors and make it look like it's part of your brand. Otherwise, it's just kind of like a hodgepodge. Okay. So that's my 2 cents on if you're going to put quotes. Nothing wrong with it if that's part of your jam and what you love, but it's got to be like your brand. Like how she has all these different fonts, I would say I would only do one font that you're going to use in every single one of them for consistency. One, pick your colors, pick your font, pick your formatting, and leave it be. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. She said I made those. I'm sorry. Again, this is like me. Like, I'm trying to be like so gentle with you guys, but no, like I would, and I mean, I would just say from a branding perspective, you would want them to all be very similar just for the uniformity. So that if someone sees it, they're like, oh, that's hers. I can expect that. Okay, so I'm going to stop this screen share. Here's the deal. So it's 9:35. I've gone through 3 of them. What I'm going to do is, because Zoom only allows me 30 minutes, so I'm going to end this one and I'm going to start a new one. And what I'm going to do is make a new Zoom link. I'm going to put it in the page and I'm going to hop right back on, and then I'm going to keep going through these. I know you're busy, so you do not have to jump back on if you don't want to, but I'm going to keep going and do these for you guys. Okay, so I will stop this recording. I'll post a new link in a minute, and I'll see you in a minute if you want to keep trekking along with me.